Santa Fe Santero Arthur Lopez shares his inspiration.
The narrative is very important. I love telling a story. It's part of the culture. I mean, you look at past generations, and one of the ways that you find out about an old culture is through their art. As a child, we would do these pilgrimages to the Santuario de Chimayo in Chimayo, New Mexico. And my grandmother would take us to go purchase these baby shoes. And I'd be wondering, what the heck are these baby shoes for? And she'd say, well, they're for the Santo Niño. And I'd say, well, okay, whatever, you know. And we'd drive down up the Sangre de Cristos down to Chimayo through the winding road and go into the little Capilla de San Antonio de Atocha. But on the way down, as we were driving there, my grandmother would say, tell us the story, you know. She'd say, it was said that there was this Santo Niño, and he would roam the countryside at night, and he would help stranded travelers, and he would help people that were in need. And in doing so, he would wear out his shoes. So to pay respect and honor to him, we need to purchase these shoes and present them to him. And part of that was being that the Santo Niño is the patron saint of travelers. You know, every vehicle that we had a saint, whether it be Santo Niño de Atocha, patron saint of travelers, or Saint Christopher, or a Sacred Heart of Jesus there on the dashboard. So the piece that I did, the Santo Niño del Camino, is kind of paying homage to that tradition and that memory that I had. Being that it's the patron saint of travelers and always shown in vehicles in New Mexico, it's kind of this candy apple red lowrider with pinstriping and chrome around it, and it's got diamond tuck interior surrounded by it, you know, and the Santo Niño is kind of placed on this dashboard kind of altar with the winding roads of Chimayo in the front and a rear view mirror showing the winding road behind you. And it's kind of that honor of your past and your present, so you have something to look forward to and move on with. In New Mexico especially, you have imagery and patronages that are a little bit different maybe from what they are traditionally known for. I'll take traditional iconography and modernize it. I try to honor these saints and these pieces by recreating it in a modern way so that it's more appealing almost to the younger generation. Hualbengen San Lucas is one that I've created that's more contemporary, but it has a lot of the same iconography that's shown with San Lucas traditionally. San Lucas is the patron saint of artists, and he's shown painting the Virgin Mary on a canvas and the baby Jesus, and they're sitting there in a kind of Renaissance period look. With mine, I use San Lucas as an artist, but he's a spray painter. He tagged a wall and he did this mural or graffiti art of the Virgin Mary. So all of the iconography is still there, but now he's the patron saint of graffiti artists. Each piece for me has to have some sort of a meaning to me, or I don't want to create it. Santa Fe, New Mexico was named after St. Francis. Originally it was La Villa Real de Santa Fe de San Francisco de Assisi. And you know, that was the Spanish name for it, given, you know, back in the 1600s whenever the city was founded. Each saint and image has a patronage. St. Francis is the patron saint of Santa Fe, as well as the patron saint of New Mexico, as well as the patron saint of animals. And being that, the piece that I have here is San Francisco on a Roadrunner being that he's the patron saint of animals as well as birds, it made sense to kind of put it with the state bird, which was the roadrunner. And it also had a spiritual significance, being that their feet have an X pattern. So it was believed that bad spirits could not find them and locate them because, you couldn't tell if they were coming or going, as well as the element that they're one of the only animals or birds that can kill a rattlesnake. Snakes are also an evil omen or evil spirit, being from Adam and Eve and the snake that tempted her. Younger, growing up, I would go to church with my grandmother. She was part of the Franciscan order at St. Francis of Assisi. And, we'd have to go to Mass early enough so that we would pray the rosary, because they would have a rosary that happened maybe a half an hour before Mass, and I hated it. We'd have to go there, pray the rosary, and then spend another half hour in Mass after that. I had that spiritual link the whole time, but I was always afraid of the imagery that was there. I would look at it and see the blood coming down from the Christ. Doing the saints now, I started to appreciate them more as an art form and an artwork. Now I can go into church and look at the Christ and see the blood coming down and not look at it as so much as this gory, bloody image, as much as iconography or as design features. Especially in New Mexico, the way that it's done, a lot of it looks like design elements on a piece, and and I can appreciate more who created that. I don't want to be known as a follower of Rafael Aragon. I take what he's given me and learn from those. Each saint already has their own story. All I'm doing is retelling it. I retell it in a way that makes sense to me and how I'm able to, interpret it. I communicate through my work and let it speak for itself.